You can do it. Hello, everybody. We have trawled the wastelands, and while out there, something came along and bit me, and it was Nomad. Oh, we also found Batman too. Hey, guys.
Batman was feeding me, Jenson. You got too close at feeding time.
You were trying to eat my cape.
Okay. You were feeding me your kids. So we understand this.
Cape. Piece of material I wear on my back. Not kids.
Oh, cape.
Feeding you his kids has probably got distinct possibilities.
No, I was feeding him Biden's children.
Oh, God.
But believe it or not, we do not have a story about Biden today. Okay.
We went from 2 people watching to 1 watching now.
Uh-oh. We are going to start today, though, with, if you don't mind, we're going to start with politics, but we're going to start with one Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Okay? Ocasio-Cortez's trip to Florida leads to a war of words with conservatives. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat, New York, on Friday called out Republicans' fixation upon her personal life after right-wing trolls attacked her for vacationing in Florida. Well, stop. Why don't you start with after attacking in Florida because of her comments about Florida? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, about the comments he had made about DeSantis, who's the governor of Florida. This is not coming out of, this is not coming out where they just went nuts on her. Yes, Ben.
Slow Brad, can I make a comment here? It's not just Republicans or right-wing people who are calling her up for it. It's her own side as well.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If Republicans are mad that they can't date me, they can just say that instead of projecting their sexual frustrations onto my boyfriend's feet, you creepy weirdos. All right, I've had about enough, and I'm dead serious about this. I've had enough of this, of people sitting up there and making these kind of comments, because what she's doing, all right, I am sick and tired because the left does this all the time. The only one who's dealing with a sexual frustration here, right, is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
No, it's her boyfriend because he can't get a woman.
Well, I'm not worried about her boyfriend, right? I'm not worried about this at all. Playing this game of I'm going to demean you by a personal attack rather than facing the issue. Okay, the issue is she sit up there and has made all sorts of disparaging comments about Florida during this quote-unquote pandemic. She was sitting there pictured, right, eating with her boyfriend. There was no mask in sight. I'm not saying she had her mask down. She didn't have a mask at all, anywhere anyone could see. And this is the problem with people like this.
I don't think she should wear a mask. A brown paper bag, yes. A mask, no.
I don't care.
I disagree. Guys, you're wrong with a brown paper bag. A plastic bag. And she's got to wear it for about 5 minutes.
If you want to sit up there and put a feed bag on her like they do for horses, that's fine. Okay, I really don't care. All right? Mm-hmm. But Ocasio-Cortez was being hammered for what she has done. And they consider this a zinger. This is not a zinger. Okay? This is someone who's trying to say, oh, you are just acting like children because you're attacking me because of my looks, or no one's attacking her because of her looks. No one's attacking her.
I think she's ugly.
Okay. In the tweet that was going on, Batman.
As for getting hammered, I don't even think she's getting hammered by her boyfriend, to be perfectly honest.
You understand my point, right?
Yeah, eat her beard.
All right. The thing is if you want to sit up there and know, if she's this prickly about how dare they sit up there and go after me on these issues, how dare they go after me, let's point out something different, okay? You want to know what it's like to be a public official? That's one thing. You put yourself out there, you're getting hammered. Everything you do is in the public spotlight. And if you can't handle that, you 2-year-old child, and that's what she is. They should be calling her out for being a 2-year-old child. If you can't handle it, what's going to happen when you have to deal with something like this? Because if you want to see something, all right, take a look at what conservatives have to deal with. Okay? This.
Yeah, I mean, she should remember that old adage, sticks and stones will break my bones. You call me names, I'll hurt you.
Well, that's her attitude. All right. Ted Cruz's daughter disses him on TikTok. I really disagree with most of his views. Senator Ted Cruz would consider running for president again, but we know at least one person who wouldn't vote for him, his own daughter. Last week, Cruz appeared in the Truth Gazette in the Alabama-based conservative news service. Asked by a 15-year-old boy, Brylan Hollyhand, whether he'd consider running for president again, the Texas junior senator replied, absolutely, in a heartbeat. From there, Cruz described his 2016 presidential race as the most fun he had ever experienced in his life. Although Donald Trump ultimately prevailed, Cruz emphasized that he wound up placing second. And there's a reason historically that the runner-up is almost always the next nominee, Cruz told Hollyhand. And it's been true going back to Nixon or Reagan or McCain or Romney. That's played out repeatedly. You come in with just an enormous base of support. And then they go on to talk about his daughter. In a recent video posted by TikTok, Cruz's teenage daughter, Caroline, tells her followers about the pros and cons about being a senator's kid. On the plus side, she said she gets to travel and sometimes receives gifts and candy in the mail. The downsides include the fact that security has to shadow her wherever she goes on walks such as to the neighborhood or to her friend's house. Next, Caroline revealed another surprising tidbit. A lot of people judge me based on him, all right, at first glance, Caroline said, but I really disagree with most of his views. Okay, here's the problem. This is someone who's not in the public. No, I want to finish this point. This is someone who's not in the public spotlight. This is someone who just happens to be the daughter of this man, and this person is 13 years old. Since when do you see 13-year-olds' opinions, all right, being played in the national press? You do it if it's dissing, all right, or somehow going to cause a problem for a conservative. If we're going to cause family strife, we can do it this way. And this is the intent. And you've got an asshole like AOC, all right, standing up there pontificating. Oh, it's just sexual frustration. No, it's not.
When she's 16, Cruz's daughter's going to be really pissed off with the Secret Service shadowing her when she's in Lover's Lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The fact is...
No, 2 minutes the Secret Serviceman in the back seat's going to be leaning forward with the tape measure to make sure they're the correct distance apart.
What makes you think that it won't be the freaking Secret Serviceman dating her?
Well, that'll mean there'll be 2 Secret Servicemen in the car with her then.
Okay, and?
So they only need to have one, because technically he could be fulfilling the job while... Oh, are you suggesting that they would actually have him dating her as part of his job? Is that what you're saying, Nomad?
They'll have a gay Secret Serviceman in the car with her as well. To make sure there's no hanky-panky.
What makes you think that would be the case?
Inclusivity.
No, and I'm sure to an extent that it's probably very true. But the thing is you have a 13-year-old daughter of this guy. And I feel sorry for her in a way because she's too damn young to realize the damage she just did, all right, to her family. This has nothing to do with what she said or disliking the family members or anything like that. But when you go out of your way to try and harm somebody's family, which is what this article is about, okay, that has nothing to do with this, all right, it's this is the kind of crap that goes on. All right. Now, she's going to, unfortunately, have to live with the fact, all right, that she harmed the family. All right?
Yeah.
Because this has nothing to do with anything else. And she probably loves her dad. And yet what's going to happen here is she's going to see all the disparaging comments about her dad, and then's going to go, what's going on here? Because she was too damn stupid, and I'll be honest with her, her father was too damn stupid to realize that his daughter, at 13 years old, has a TikTok account. Hey, dude, you might want to put an end to that shit. It's one thing
Yeah.
when you
right.
when you it's look. I understand this whole social media thing, but at 13 years old, nuh-uh. Okay, no. This should
grow
not be
back.
done in this.
Grow back. At least she didn't go to North Korea and apologize for her country.
I give her time after they freaking get through with her.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna. You got to understand who these people are. Oh, they'll pump her up and they'll push her out there just like they did with Jane Fonda. All right, to try and get her to hammer America. All right, and then turn her into an anti-American hating bigot, just like they did to Jane Fonda. Personally,
Jane Fonda did that by herself.
no, Jane Fonda got dragged into that set, got high a lot, didn't even know where she was half the freaking time, all right, because she was either doped out or drunk off her ass, all right, and was doing all that. And what's worse is this is somebody from Hollywood. You know what Hollywood was like. This is someone with Jane Fonda. She knew what she was doing. All right, I agree with you there, Batman. She did that on her own because she knew what she grew up in that thing. But she was a commie little leftist who, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know why she lives in this country. Leave. You hate this country so much. This country is such a despicable, blot on humanity. Why are you here? Why do you tolerate it? Go live in your little paradise somewhere, wherever that is.
Yeah, I agree.
At the moment, I am actually looking at pictures of Jane Fonda, but specifically Barbarella. It's the only thing she ever did that I liked, and it wasn't for the acting. Have you ever seen the opening sequence of that film, Jenson?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I actually quite like that film. That wasn't bad.
How could you like that film?
Because it's so crap.
Yes. All right. It has none of the it's such crap. I mean, come on. There's crap and then there's enjoyable garbage, right? Like Monty Python.
Bromad. It's ignoring the politics of the main actress. It's basically a soft-core film with a very good-looking woman in it.
It's Jane Fonda.
I said ignoring the woman's politics.
She.
How do you ignore the politics?
There's a. If you ignore the politics, all right, and let's just talk about the movie.
If I'm going on a one-night stand with a woman, I don't ask her what. Well, if I'm betting her, I don't ask her who she voted for in the last fucking election.
You don't have to. Okay.
I don't even talk to the fucking woman half the time. Not listen that part of her anatomy.
See, that's to me that's boring. You might as well sit up there and go out there and find a wet noodle.
Yeah. Nomad, are we planning on talking about Tony Blair getting into the awards in England, or are we not doing a story on that later?
What awards?
It's going to be part of the Order of the Garter.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I have no idea what the Order of Garda is. So why don't you, since I wasn't going to do the story because I didn't know about the story, what the hell is it?
Yeah.
It's a knighthood.
Yes, it is. Basically, he would be Sir Tony Blair. Now, in and of itself...
We all know his real name is Jack Napier.
In and of itself, it's actually not an unreasonable thing. I mean, to be honest, not that I'm a fan of him by any stretch of imagination, but he was doing pretty well up until the point of invading Iraq.
No, he was doing pretty well up until the point of winning the election.
Fair point. But basically, as we know, Tony Blair is known for his claiming weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. and then being shown to be an absolute liar. And I'm waiting for Nomad to explode at this, but I'm sure he's building up a good head of steam to shout in a moment. But yeah, he is rather disliked over here, to say the least.
I
But
understand
now,
that he's
and I'm not
disliked.
sure how, but he is somehow actually on the New Year's honours list and is going to become part of the Order of the Garter, i.e., a Sir.
Okay.
He slipped somebody a lot of money.
He must have done.
Okay.
That's how
First of
people get
all,
under the New Year's on his
there's
list.
a difference, as I've said many times, and you are correct, Jensen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, of being wrong, all right, versus lying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anybody who sits up there and says, and there was weapons of mass destruction found.
Actually, yes, there was an unfinished supergun they were building.
There was a number of things that they were building. Right, they were hiding. In fact, they were hiding the centrifuges in a garden that we uncovered. But everyone keeps coming back, going, "Oh, they weren't a threat. They weren't a threat." No, they were a threat. The only reason that you're seeing this downplayed is that it was a GOP was in charge as the president. The press would, if it would have a Democrat president, Tony Blair would have been hailed as a hero by the very same people that while everyone calls him a liar, oh, he's a liar, he's a liar. That would not have happened. You want to know why? Because they would have been promulgating every instance of these weapons of mass destructions. And some of our soldiers, and you know this, Jensen, were injured when they detonated munitions in an attempt to get rid of munitions, and it turned out some of them are chemical weapons.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So this falsehood that he lied about chemical weapons, or that he lied about weapons of mass destruction, it's not a lie. Now, did we find huge stockpiles of the things? No.
I'm sorry, Jensen, but I've got to come down in favour of Toadad here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, my point being is that over here, this man is considered just below the jam you scrape out from your toe. Okay, seriously, he actually makes Joe Biden look good, and that says something.
He wasn't lying about the weapons of mass destruction per se.
No. My argument.
Everything else he said whilst Prime Minister was a lie.
True. My argument is the fact that how the hell can you give this guy honours when quite literally, pretty much everyone you actually speak to about him and whether or not they like him, he will be at best disliked, at worst despised. And I mean that literally up to the fact you're asking his family, and there's at least a 50-50 they're going to be going, do I have to answer that?
Yeah, and if you ask his wife, she just pulls a funny face. Oh, wait.
That's not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's
okay. I can understand.
A fart.
Well, why is explain to me why he's so hated?
Because he lied to the people.
About what?
Basically, he wrecked the economy of the country, for one thing.
That as well.
It's hugely suspected. It's almost proven that he was embezzling from the country.
Yep.
What do you mean by he was embezzling from the country? I'm not denying any of this.
Taking money that he's not entitled to by duplicitous means, I believe is exactly.
Where was the money coming from?
Right, it was coming from government coffers, basically. I mean, he came out of being Prime Minister a lot richer than most people do.
To explain that, we understand that the people that come out Prime Minister are going to be getting a large amount of wealth. That's not in question. But this guy actually made those that make a lot of money look like paupers.
Yeah. He
seriously had so much money he could make it rain, using an American term, with Benjamins. Not
no, Sharati. He basically heard that some of the government officials like to fiddle their taxes, and he said, "Hold my Perrier water."
Good one.
Okay, so he was getting money from government coffers.
Put it this way, no grad. If you hired him to babysit your children, you come back, you'd have to count your children and then count their body parts.
Huh?
Got extra livers and extra kidneys. Oh no, that's right. They don't have extra livers. Oh well.
Wait
Now-
a minute. When we left, weren't our children the same race as us?
That too. Seriously, Nomad, the guy is. I don't know in your country what would be considered the ultimate in low life, not including Biden, but this guy would look up at that man and think he's a good man. He is that disliked over here.
Yeah, plus he had the reputation of being America's lapdog.
Well, that
Oh,
was
yes,
that was the
that
question
too.
I was going to get to. Is it because for the most part he's considered a lapdog of America that's the main reason he's hated?
No, we actually forgave him for that. We're pretty comfortable with that as a concept.
We
I'm
just
not
took-
joking. Yeah. And unlike a lot of the MPs over here, he kept his nose in the political sphere. Just such a good way of putting him. Imagine him as basically a crossbreed between what's his name, Jimmy. You had him as a president.
Jimmy Carter.
Carter.
That's him. Yep. Think of a crossbreed between Jimmy Carter and Obama. If you push those two together really hard, you basically get our little Prime Minister X.
You just imagine what would happen if you had the Joker for president.
That all good bits.
This is one of the reasons why I kind of laugh about your thing. You guys blame Tony Blair for everything. Did you not have MPs? Did you not have did Parliament not exist?
Don't blame him for everything, but the biggest damage he did was after he was prime minister.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was a lobbyist. He still is a lobbyist. He basically slides backhanders to politicians to get what he wants done, and usually what he wants done hurts the country.
Well, he's a leftist. What did you expect?
He's also a Europeanist, an EU a Ramona,
That's also true.
a globalist.
So you hate him for the fact that he's not British. Looks like we lost everything now. Interesting. We just had a major dropout. Came back though.
I mean,
Fucking fine here.
we've got 6 people watching now.
I know.
What are you paying these people?
You have to ask Jenson. This is Jenson's channel.
Yeah, we threatened to send round Tony Blair. That makes people watch.
I don't think that. All right, I don't have anything good to say about Tony
America's
Blair.
America is fast becoming the dumping ground for the unwanted of the United Kingdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
There's no way we're taking Meghan Markle and Princess Harry is back.
Oh no, actually, apparently we actually not only are we not going to take them back, but she is actually going to be banned from coming back into this country.
Yeah.
So we are really not taking her back.
What do you mean she's going to be banned?
No,
can
I'm
do
being
that?
serious.
How are you going to ban her?
We are literally going to stop her from using her passport to travel into British territories. Not joke. Okay.
Yeah, you can actually do that. I mean,
Yep.
I believe Lawrence Southern is actually banned from entering the UK.
Well, she's not. I understand that, but I mean, we can't ban foreigners. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I would like to see it happen. I would like to see her. I would like to see Meghan Markle stopped at the border and arrested.
She would be, and she would be.
Yeah. I'm not actually joke, mate. The British are really
I'm not
weird.
joking when I say I would like to see it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because of the meltdown, we know.
I
Oh,
would be fun though, wouldn't it?
She would be arrested, and she would be detained at whatever airport she came in on until she
Yep.
could be put on a plane back. That's how it works.
Susan, I think you're wrong for the fact that she was given a royal title, and so she gained UK citizenship. What it is she's not gone back to US citizenship,
Yeah,
but
this
yet
is
she's
true.
still allowed over there, and we
The other
don't want her
thing,
back.
yeah, the other thing is she actually said, "Oh, I'm never going back to that country again." Yeah, which means that she's planning to.
Yep.
Probably. But if you want to talk about people who want to leave the country, we have a lot of that too.
Mhm.
Sorry, all you got to do is
They
go
don't
take a look
want
at
to
this
leave
story
the country.
from The
They don't
Guardian.
want to leave the country.
Americans seeking to renounce their citizenship are stuck with it for now. In recent years,
Yeah.
Michael has come to regard the United States, the nation which he has been a citizen all his life, as an abusive parent. I can acknowledge my past association with that person while at the same time wanting to keep future associations to a minimum. You were never an American. Okay?
Thing is,
And
these
what I
people
mean by
say
that is you may
that.
have been a citizen, but you were never an American. The fact that
Uh, uh, uh,
you even talk about it in this kind of form demonstrates that you were never an American.
Mhm.
Okay? You are looking at daddy government. You are not an American.
hold on a minute, throwback. Uh, People like that, they don't want to renounce their American citizenship. They don't want to leave the United States. They just want to fucking create a fuss about it. Because deep in their minds, they know that if they left, they would wind up in some uh, foreign pest hole where they don't get treated the way they think they ought to be.
Michael, the name is false, has requested, as he has requested anonymity to avoid being inundated with hate
That's
mail, found
that's a
his
funny surname.
dissatisfaction with his disaffection with his native country reached a crunch point in 2020, the chaotic end of the Trump era. All right, combined with the inequities exposed by the COVID pandemic, made him despair of being an American. Coronavirus has made me realize that in the United States, you are not a member. If you're not a member of the moneyed elite, you're left to fend for yourself with virtually no help from the federal government. Really?
How old is he? 5?
Okay. The farcical
Mhm.
presidential campaign made me realize I don't want to be a member of a society in which my vote is irrelevant by gerrymandering or electoral college. But bye.
Well,
Don't let this hit you on the way out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Now he's
no,
in
he's
Finland.
not.
Having
Oh,
moved
oh,
to Finland for 10 years. Okay. Now
hold on there a second, Joe Brad. Yeah, yeah, he doesn't want to be part of a country that where his vote doesn't count because of gerrymandering and basically, yeah, ballot cheating. So he's complaining about the Biden administration.
he said electoral college, which is different, right?
Yeah.
But the problem
Right?
with
Yeah.
dumbass there, all right, is the fact that he's obviously not an American, and I mean this in a sense. If you are expecting the federal government to help you, you are already wrong. Okay, you already have lost it. The fact that you are looking to the government is the problem, Mike. And what's more is he's upset because the federal government won't sit up there and issue him a notice saying that he's renouncing his citizenship so he can't become a Finn because he's stuck in
Well,
Finland.
he can't. Well, he
Hey
can't.
dude, there's nothing stopping Finland from saying, okay, you're a Finnish citizen. There's literally nothing that they need from they don't need the U.S.'s permission to make that comment. And yet you, dumbass, are expecting our federal government to sit up there and make it easy for you. Oh yes. It's
Actually,
very true that
actually,
that
slow dad. I think that you can't have your citizenship. You can't renounce your citizenship until you've got one to claim.
no, you can renounce your citizenship for the United States anytime you frickin' feel like. We don't
Yeah,
care.
but
You want to
Yeah,
renounce your
but you've
citizenship?
got
You
to
officially
stand up
renounce
to a lot clearly.
if you officially renounce your citizenship, fine. All right. Now we will sit up there and say, show us the documents, or you're gonna be filed. You know, we're gonna come after you for filing for taxes. Now, for those who don't know, all right, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're living overseas, okay, you still have to file taxes. All right.
That's odd.
Okay. Now, the money that is that before somebody comes back and goes, well, you're taxing people and they don't live in your country. No, 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 no. It doesn't quite work that way. All right. Yes, you will be taxed if you earn over a certain amount. Okay, and that amount is over $100,000. Up to $100,000 is if you're earning it overseas, right, is non-taxable.
If I may interrupt here, are you telling me that even if the guy is not in your country,
Mm-hmm.
he's getting taxed? I just want to clarify this. Is
He
this
has to.
correct?
He if he's making over $100,000 a year, yes, the money he makes over $100,000 is considered taxable income.
So does that mean that he has taxation without representation? I think
No,
that's something to do with your
no,
country, isn't it?
he's got representation. He's a citizen. He has citizenship of a state somewhere, and and he can vote overseas. Okay.
Okay. All right. No, fair then. All right.
Something,
I just wanted clarification.
something up until I think it was the mid-80s, they couldn't, British citizen couldn't do. But then again, if you're living and working abroad and you're a British citizen, you're not paying taxes in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
So
that,
all's fair there.
that is one of the things when people talk about we're not paying your fair share. You know how many times people say they're not paying their fair share. Well, the rich are
Yeah.
living on the French Riviera, and they're claiming U.S. citizenship. Anything over $100,000 is taxable income,
Yeah.
and it's income tax, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, it's not wealth tax, which they're trying to change that, but it's income
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah,
So
I think there should be an elf tax actually. Santa would be fucking poverty stricken.
It's true. I do have one other question, Nomad.
Mhm.
Are you actually doing a story on the Brandon Brown, i.e., the Let's Go Brandon guy? Did you know about him creating a cryptocurrency called the LGB coin?
No.
No, I'm not joking. They are actually doing a Let's Go Brandon cryptocurrency. Not that I'm suggesting people get involved in this in any way, shape, or form, but it actually exists, and he's actually put "Let's Go Brandon" on the side of his car. He's advertising the LGB
I
coin.
still can't get over the fact that you got Biden to say it, and then I agree 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, it's forgotten what it's about.
This whole "Let's Go Brandon" thing is just a joke to me. Anyway, right? The fact that
It's a
the
joke to the
media,
guy who set it up.
well, no, it's the fact that the press turned it into something. The press was serious about it. The press made
Yeah.
it something serious. They were the ones that created the problem. All right, they themselves are the story. When you hear "Let's Go Brandon," okay, this all came about because of the lie a journalist was saying at a NASCAR event.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep, we all know.
And so the media themselves created their own story, which then they denigrate.
Yeah, because the left can't meme. No, this has been proven time and time again. The left simply cannot meme.
Yep.
The left doesn't have to mean when they have all the propaganda organs working for them.
And the left are a meme. And even then, they're losing the fight in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, but they still have a lot of the power. But if you want to talk about being an American, and you're gonna make the statement, okay, LGBT coin, huh? Let's go Brandon coin. Okay.
I had to send that to you. I realise you can't put it up for people to see, but watch it and try not to laugh because it's hilarious. It really
LG.
is.
Oh, I hate to tell you this, to Dad, but I'm renouncing my American citizenship.
Okay. And
No, I just thought I'd
Sounds
let you know.
heartbroken. I love the fact he sounded so heartbroken at that. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
He really did. Okay. You're
People
like,
will
so?
hear it.
but
You
my
could hear
point.
the
Okay, but
tears in his voice.
the thing I wanted to point out about this guy is this guy sits up there and talks about this country doesn't do this and this country does. The country wasn't ever supposed to do something for you. Go back to the greatest liberal that liberals always bring up. The one the liberals always bring up as the great hero, JFK. What was JFK's statement? Ask not what you can do for this country, or the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
You can do for the country.
Do you see the problem now?
Oh, yeah.
Let's face it, his country's already done a hell of a lot for him. His country is the very reason he exists, for one thing.
It is.
His country is the reason he was educated. His country is the reason he is alive and healthy. His country is the reason he has the personality he does.
Yeah.
His country has done everything for him.
Yep.
Everything. Well, the country has the country shouldn't be the one he's trying to get to do things for him. All right. If you come back and you think that the country is there as your own little piggy bank for yourself, then you've got a problem. You don't have an American attitude. You're not an American. And the moment you take, I don't care what your citizenship is. The moment you take the attitude of I'm owed anything from the federal government, you are no longer an American. You have missed the point of what being an American is and should always be.
That's a slight difference between us and. Yeah, it kind of is a piggy bank. Hold on. In the regards that you get out what you put in. You are owed for what you put in. If you don't put anything in, you're not owed anything.
The only thing this country was founded on to guarantee was life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Nowhere does it say you're getting anything else.
So it's founded on homosexual grounds and life, liberty, and the pursuit of a penis.
There was not a pursuit of a penis. All right, but that's
Look, I'm going for the cheap laugh here.
You got one. You got one. So
you
know what? These Brits just keep hammering me. Let's go to something that the British have to deal with.
Rephrase that, please.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle plan to leave their $14 million home and find somewhere new because they're not over the moon with the luxury property.
Can I correct you there? It's Princess Harriet.
Princess Harriet. Look at this place. Mexit from Monte Carlo. Look at this place, dude. I mean, holy crap!
Yeah,
now, I'll be honest with you.
Their property there's probably bigger than most of the fucking villages in Sussex.
Yeah.
Seriously.
This thing is obviously a mansion of some import, but if you take a look at the first thing is I would never live here. You want to know why? It looks to me as if Prince Harry is or Harriet, Princess Harriet, if you want to talk about that, wants to go home. You want to know why I say that? That ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ivy crawling onto your home is not a status symbol in America. It's a pain in the ass. Okay? You don't sit up there and plant this shit to grow up your freaking house. And it's obvious that's what this was. This is intentional.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, but it works better in the UK because our houses are built with stone, not wood.
In California, it's dry too. I can't see that working really
Ivy
well.
does a lot more damage to a wooden building than it does to a stone building.
Yeah.
I can believe that as well, but I wouldn't want this shit crawling anywhere. You know, that invites bugs, birds, critters of all kinds to come infest your house.
So does a wooden house.
All fairness, okay, I'll be blunt. Ivy also she draws in burglary because it gives people an easy access to your house. Just saying.
Yeah, that's why you plant the ones that give you a nasty rash if you touch it too much.
Major Taylor Green's personal Twitter account is permanently banned. Okay, who cares? Jingle Bells is now racist.
Wow.
Oh wow, who'd have thunk it?
This is the Daily Mail. We're just looking at going through there. Cape
What's
Cod
making me
children
laugh?
aged 1 and 6 are left orphaned after their married teacher mom and project manager dad both die days after Christmas because of medical conditions.
COVID.
No, it wasn't. It was drugs.
COVID. Yeah.
Well, everybody dies because of medical conditions.
No,
True.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of stupid, to be honest. Don Lemon,
No,
you can kiss my behind. Don Lemon launches a drunken New Year's Eve rant at his haters during a live celebration stream. Claims he gets trolled because he's a successful black man. Dude, nobody trolls you because you're a successful black man. They troll you because, well, like Batman said, you're a meme. You are a freaking meme.
Yeah, that's the thing with celebrities, which points out that most of them are fucking stupid. I get trolled because I'm a successful black man, or I get trolled because I'm a woman.
There's no difference.
You get trolled because you react.
There's no difference.
Yes.
There's no difference between that statement of his and AOC's statement. None.
Even Michael Obama's wife, Barack, said the same thing, I believe.
I love the fact that people think that she can run for president, which she can run. Don't get me wrong. That she's viable.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at her. Yeah, she's got the body of a fucking decathlon runner.
You can run, it's stopping. That's the problem.
It's not. It's not that. It's that. Have you heard her talk? Okay.
Yeah, that deep growly voice of hers.
It's not that. It's not her voice or anything else. It's what she says.
Hello, Barbara.
She hates this.
She's
all right.
She's a racist and
she is a racist.
She's a racist and a man hater as well.
Yeah, she is a racist. I don't know about a man hater, but she's definitely a racist. You're not wrong there. And
I've seen a few interviews with her where she will work in an anti-male comment every time.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
it's true.
That doesn't surprise me. All right, but
the
fact that she's an America hater, all right, and she comes across hating the country. You ask her anything about the country, and she hates the country. All right, this is why she couldn't be. She's not viable as a president. You can be disliked, but if you sit up there and somehow get a moniker that you hate the country, and she has that moniker, people aren't going to vote for her.
The other thing is, her and her husband were bad for America on the world stage because they were not liked. I mean, especially in the English speakers, especially in the UK, because Obama loved to show his distaste or disdain for the UK.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Every American president that has had the state visit to the UK has brought the Queen, our head of state, has brought a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a symbolic gesture, and the gift has always been something worthy of the status of the office that you're gifting it to. Because you're not giving it to the Queen, you're giving it the crown. What did Obama bring? An MP3 fucking player with his fucking book on it.
Yeah.
I bet that went straight in the fucking rubbish bin.
I would have hoped so.
Yeah.
If I'd have been the monarch of the UK at the time, I would have.
You know what would have been
I would have.
with the Queen.
Hold on. If I'd have been the ruling monarch at the time, and he'd done that to me, I would have exercised some of my never before used powers and had him thrown in the fucking tower.
I'm okay with that.
Then sued for peace with the United States.
What she should have done, right? You really want to insult America, and you really want to insult especially Obama. What she should have done is erased it, put a highlight of her own frickin' speeches on there, and regifted it back, like on a Christmas present, and regifted it, and made it known that they were regifting it. That would have sent. Let me tell you, that would have sent them over the friggin' edge. The press would have been absolutely apeshit. That's what she should have done, because at that point they would have to admit that what he gave her was absolutely inappropriate. Because in America, they did not present it that way. In fact, in America, right, the press portrays Obama as being loved by the rest of the world, being loved by the world. Oh, I know he wasn't, all right? But the press, even to this day, talks about how America loved Obama, that he can go anywhere and he's adored, that fans just mob him. Why hasn't he left the country, all right? Go to your mobs of fans.
He's scared. No, he's scared you won't let him back in.
The only world leader who actually properly liked Obama was the French president at the time. But that's only because Obama hates the English.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, until he screwed up, until he screwed over the French, because he did that too.
Yeah.
You see, Obama is portrayed in this nation by the press as being loved on the international stage, and I would love to know who it is that adores him, because I haven't seen it anywhere. The only one who probably has anything good to say about Obama, and let's be perfectly honest, the only one who has anything good to say about Obama on the international stage, right, is probably Putin.
Yeah, and that's probably a joke. Let's face it, the best stage Obama could have ever gotten on would have been the next stage out of town.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is. Let's talk about society for a moment, because I've got some issues here.
Which one?
I've got lots of issues. Kim Potter made a mistake, but was still responsible. Okay, so for those who don't know, a member of the jury that convicted Minnesota police officer Kim Potter of manslaughter in the killing of Dante Wright says the jurors felt that she made an honest mistake when she drew her firearm instead of her stun gun, but that she was still responsible for his death. The jurors spoke to KARE TV reporter Lou Raguse. I'm not trying to butcher the name. I don't know how to say that. On the condition of anonymity due to what the station described as public animosity surrounding the case. All right, it published the story on Wednesday. Okay, now, first of all, with this, you have the case of a juror absolutely stating, we convicted this woman even though the law says otherwise. All right? That is what they just said. All right?
Yeah.
Now, you could, because the comment later, well, we don't believe that she's above the law. What law did she break? Manslaughter means that it was an act she could have avoided. When you say that it was an honest mistake, at that point you're saying, how can she have avoided that? Was she not supposed to carry a taser? Was she not supposed to carry her gun? What is it that made it so that it was a manslaughter charge? This has now given her attorneys the ability to appeal this case on jury malfeasance, all right, strictly because you have a juror who just admitted it.
The thing is, with the whole case, she mistakenly drew her firearm instead of a taser. That to me speaks
what's
of
wrong.
Hold on. That to me speaks of one or two things. Either her training was inadequate, or she was incompetent, or thirdly, both.
I can tell you what was wrong. Because she's white, innit? That was the problem.
No.
Okay?
The fact is who's responsible for his death? How about the struggling Dante Wright, who stood up there was trying to avoid being arrested? Was he not culpable in his death? Did she pull the taser when she just saw him, or after she started fighting with her partner? It amazes me when somebody like this, I would love to have had this juror and asked them that question. You sit up there and assign guilt. Now, don't get me wrong. Is she responsible? Yeah. In a civil case, yes. I do believe that she's responsible civilly. But criminally, no. And this is the problem with this crap. You're holding her criminally negligent. How was she criminally negligent? What she grabbed the wrong thing? Yeah, okay, but that can happen. We know that can happen. That's a fact of life because you're carrying both weapons. It happens to men. It happens to women. So the idea that can't happen is ridiculous. So where's the criminal negligence? The criminal negligence now.
See, no, this wouldn't have happened if we had RoboCops.
This wouldn't have happened if she didn't have a taser. This wouldn't have happened if she wasn't on the police force either. And that's the other problem. She's on the police force. This is someone who obviously should not have been on the police force, in my opinion.
As I said, incompetence. And it also reflects on the training as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
to a point, to be honest, there's no way to train
the configuration of where things are on a police officer's belt is standard.
Yes. Term uniform is there for a reason.
They're trained what to reach for and where it is so they can do it blindfold. The fact that she went for the wrong thing implies that her training is at fault as much as she is.
No, I disagree with that. And I'll tell you why I say
that. Because you're the nomad and you disagree with everything.
No. I disagree with that because Jenson will tell you, you can be as trained as you want to be. There are frickin' mental faux pas when you're grabbing, especially in times of stress.
Yeah, mistakes can be made. He's correct there.
Let's face it, she's a woman. It was probably that time of the month, so she was in a lot of stress.
She's in a struggle, all right, with her partner trying to arrest a man who they know was arrested and failed to appear on a weapons charge.
If she'd been a man, no matter how stressful the situation was, she could have simply calmed herself and correctly grabbed the right item.
I love how she could have calmed herself, right?
Because men are better than women at everything. Oh, if we had babies, we'd do a better job of it than women.
Everyone, so as you know, Flying Falcon has said, Nomad, please say what you're trying to say before Batman cuts you off. Anything you want to say?
Yes, I was joking.
The thing is this woman should not have been on the police force because she was not mentally prepared to be on the police force. Now, does that mean this is a criminal case? No, it's not criminal. Is it civil? Yes. All right. Is the training inadequate? Possibly. Batman's not wrong about that. But the reality is when you're given 3 weeks of training or 4 weeks of training in the police force, they are not training you, all right, to grab always for that thing. That's not how it works. And Jenson will testify to how the kind of training that goes on in the military. It's very similar.
She should not. Can I add something else? She should not have been in the police force. That's not entirely correct. There are divisions in both the British police forces and the American where you can be a fully empowered police officer, police constable, whatever, but you don't go out on the street at all.
Don't say secretary. Don't say secretary. Don't say secretary.
I was going to say administrative.
Not much difference, but
as in a secretary.
Yeah.
Or, well, even one of those community types. Yeah, the ones that go around to skills and stuff.
Batman, just checking, mate. You do know that this isn't the 1970s nowadays, don't you?
Oh, hell, I think things are too lenient in the 70s.
I'm saying nothing.
Let's talk about society some more, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Japanese professor develops lickable TV screen which imitates food flavors. Good morning.
I see that going badly.
I'm Sarah McCammon. Food shows make me crave whatever's on the screen, but making it, well, that's a lot of work. Luckily, Professor Home Mitayashide, I'm not trying to butcher the name, at the Meiji University in Japan is developing a TV screen that can imitate the flavor of food. It's called Taste the Television. Canisters of spray flavor on hygienic film. The film rolls over the screen to be licked. Now,
Yeah, you thought you couldn't keep your kids away from the TV before? It's going to be fucking impossible now.
can you imagine what happens when you end up on the porn channel?
That's Oz says, does it work with porn? He is not wrong with that question.
Yeah,
Because you know that's the first thing.
Hey, can you imagine? Somebody has got the right because there's a hamburger advert on the TV, right? And it suddenly changes to toilet sanitary advert.
Whoops.
Oh my god! Can you imagine what this is gonna? This is. Have you noticed there's a problem with your child? Does your television have lick marks on it?
Oh God! You know what kids are like? You've got the sister there. She's licking the ice cream on the TV. So her brother picks up the remote and changes the channel where there's a documentary on about sewage.
Yep. You know we do. I have no question on this. I really, really would. Just to see look on B's face. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Before the TV gets flung at you.
Life. That's the one. Yep.
No, man. Literally the opposite.
Oh my god.
Batman's right.
You know what's even worse about this is there's not much difference between a television screen and an iPhone screen.
Oh God.
Yep.
Oh no, that actually will become a thing. You know it.
Yep.
Oh wow.
What's he doing? I'm posting an email. Trust me.
Jeremy, put that phone down and eat your dinner. But this tastes better than my dinner, Mom.
Mm-hmm. It's only going to go badly if they do this. It really is.
So far, it can create the flavor of chocolate. Excellent start, but how about tacos? Bad choice of words.
If it can taste of chocolate, you're not going to be able to keep women off the TV.
Fair point. Actually, I'll just come up with a comment. You've always been able to put something in your tongue to taste the TV. LSD. He is not wrong.
Yeah.
They didn't say what they were using as a flavor ingredient on the screens. Okay.
Fair point.
Oh, you be naughty boy. Go lick the TV. Oh, Mom, that's right. I've got the castor oil video on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's MC sitting there licking away at the TV, screaming because he's got a food program on, and his wife comes and puts Dawn of the Dead on.
Can you
MC becomes
and you wonder what's going on in the world. You wonder how.
No, I'm beyond caring what's going on in the world now. I just sit back and laugh.
You know, I'm going to say it, that lickable TV is actually not a bad idea, because all I can think of is cannibal cult film series.
Oh my
just
God.
that.
I just thought something. What? Why don't they also make the back lickable so you can stick it to your wall?
Don't make that joke.
Finger Guns Bandit catches a big break. A finger gun bandit. This should be interesting. Prosecutors have dropped a felony charge against a Florida man, surprised it's Florida, right, who allegedly walked into a Waffle House with his dog and brandishing only finger guns, announced a robbery that netted him a handful of napkins, according to court records.
Wow.
It sounds like some guy just walked into a Waffle House and was in a daft mood, and the staff were in a daft mood as well.
The net part is something they needed. Okay. They this guy. Edward Rodriguez, 28, was arrested in mid-October following a bizarre incident at a Waffle House near his home in Madison, a city 55 miles east of Tallahassee. Cops said that Rodriguez walked into the restaurant around 8 p.m. and said, "Get on the ground, you all. You're getting robbed." He then added, "I'm high and drunk, and I need napkins." You need a trip to the loony bin is what you need, dude.
Or his own TV show.
Oh my God. I mean, the first thing I want to ask this guy is, are you sure you just don't need a cup of coffee? Or I just sleep the night?
At this point in the history of this world, I have my own hypothesis. You know, there's this hypothesis going around that we live, that the universe we know is actually a simulation.
Yes.
All right.
It's not.
No.
The universe we live in is not a simulation. It's a hidden camera fucking show.
A Waffle,
Yeah.
it's God's Comedy Channel. A Waffle House manager told police that Rodriguez, who was accompanied by a small dog, did not brandish a weapon, but just raised both his hands with his fingers in the shape of a gun.
He was accompanied by a small dog.
A distraught waitress whose hands shook when being interviewed by the deputies said that the would-be robber was pointing his fingers in the shape of a gun.
Loaded. I can see the bullets.
After he was given some napkins, he drove away.
Well, he didn't drive away. What he did is he went outside, pretended to get into a car, and ran down the road going, "Bruh."
Possibly. AOC, comment from Falcon. AOC screams that she's been hit. Do you know what? I believe she probably would. She would actually sit there and claim PTSD because he had ghost guns or something.
It's worse than that, especially when you consider the earlier article about her. She'd be screaming, "I've been hit on."
Police subsequently identified Rodriguez as the suspect and questioned him at his residence. Rodriguez reportedly admitted to being in the Waffle House to get some napkins and said that he was going to, and stating that he was going to rob the place, investigators noted. Rodriguez, however, claimed that people must have taken it the wrong way.
Like I said, it probably was just him playing
Rodriguez wearing a SpongeBob SquarePants t-shirt. A 28-year-old man in a SpongeBob SquarePants t-shirt was booked in the county jail for unarmed robbery, a felony, and simple assault, a misdemeanor. He was bonded out on custody with $10,000 bond. A subsequent review of the case by the prosecution resulted in the robbery and assault charges being jettisoned in favor of a disorderly conduct rap. How come you didn't arrest him for drinking and driving, folks?
What about being in possession of a pair of fingers without the appropriate license?
Was this before or after he licked the television?
During.
You know, this is proof about LSD being one of the major components for that.
Can you imagine people licking the menus?
They do that anyway.
Yeah, it's actually a fair statement. The thing is, okay, just remember, they're talking about super spreader events, and then they bring this out. So all I'm going to say, this is your super spreader, right here.
Rodriguez's bond conditions require him to stay away from the Waffle House. He's also barred from possessing or drinking alcohol, possessing a firearm. Finger guns are not addressed in the judicial order.
See, yeah, I would, if I'd have been the judge, I would have said that. He's also barred from forming shape of a gun with his hands.
Something Susan said, aren't napkins complimentary? You know, she's not wrong.
I think this guy was exactly what he said. I'm high and I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And he went in there as a joke. Okay, I'm robbing the place like an idiot. Okay.
Yeah, he probably wasn't high or drunk. It's just
from Florida.
it's just one of those times for a good idea, bad idea.
This guy wears a SpongeBob SquarePants T-shirt, right? As a 28-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's not unusual, though. I mean, yeah, it just
What?
shows the state of the younger generation. The younger generation are a sad act. Flying Falcon, I'm not with you on this, but it's true. If I had to say Flying Falcon is a member of the younger generation, but he's not an idiot.
He's one of the few left, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, lordy. Okay. Last story.
Jim, back in MC's day, they didn't have Europe, Sweden, or hotels.
On Wonderland.
In fact, back in MC's days, the sun was just loosely associated particles of dust and gas.
As we continue, final story of the day. Harmless big cats scavenging for food like foxes in the UK countryside. This is from Jenson, by the way.
There've long been legends and stories about big cats wild.
Batman. It's the first word, okay? If you look at the picture closely, it shows basically a jaguar, and they're trying to claim somehow, and this I have no concept of, and if people can explain this, I'd love to hear it, but harmless jaguars.
Yeah. One point of interest there. I've seen pictures like that, and there's nothing that really gives you any evidence of scale. I've seen pictures like that, which have turned up house cat.
This is not a house cat.
No,
not with those kind of shoulders and so forth. More people can come face to face with harmless big cats. Now, hold on, we're going to go on to this. In the British countryside, as they have apparently become bolder after the lockdown, an expert claim. Sightings of the predators continue to be reported across the country, with cats said to be scavenging for food like foxes. A man recently described an unusual encounter with a sand-colored big cat with stripes and black-tipped ears during a short trip away from Devon. But he's not the only... Or Devon, I'm sorry. Thank you. Devon. Well, it looks like Devon to me. What do you want to say?
Devon.
All right, Devon.
It's not a black American Christian name.
This looks like Devon.
What
am I
Devon.
supposed to say? Okay, Devon. I'll say Devon. I'm not married to it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm waiting for your pronunciation coming up.
But he's not the only one. A number of large felines have reportedly been seen across Gloucestershire and Somerset. Did I get that one right? Gloucestershire. Okay.
Or Gloucester.
Gloucestershire. Please don't
Frank
get that
Tunbridge, all right, who studies big cats, told, that they are often seen closer to towns and villages, and massive deer population in the southwest is their main source of prey. If these things are taking down deer, they are not Tabby, the house cat. Okay?
God, back in the 70s, there was every year there was a massive police organised hunt for the Surrey puma. They never caught it.
Don't forget the Dartmoor big cats are rather well known.
The black cats of Dartmoor.
Yeah.
To a large majority of the British public, the thought of a big predatory cats similar in description to a black leopard or puma stalking through our woods and fields is unbelievable.
No, okay, as an English, I will tell you right now, that is rubbish. We are absolutely totally fine with there being big cats out there in the wild. It's literally, cool.
Yeah, get rid of the gypsies.
Yeah.
No, it's actually understandable that there would be big cats living wild in the British countryside because I think it was the late 50s where it became illegal to own dangerous exotic pests in the UK. A lot of people, instead of giving to the zoos, just let them run loose.
Yep.
It's also the reason why I think it's also in Surrey we have a large and healthy population of wallabies. Yeah, the small kangaroos.
You have wallabies
quite
in Britain?
Yeah. they escaped from
Zoo.
a game preserve, and no, a game preserve, different. That's where they can run free, and they now live wild.
In
I'm
all
actually surprised.
fairness,
I'm actually surprised we don't have populations of baboons out here, around here, because
I'm not going to
we
say. I'm not
we
saying
we
Brixton. I'm not saying Brixton.
we
Don't
had
Hey,
say
keep
it.
going, guys. I'll be back.
we,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had a wildlife park, Lambton Line Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had baboons, and
Yeah.
they were literally escaping every other week. They're fiendishly intelligent.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. They are smart as all hell.
Yep.
But
I mean,
just
there
the
was once,
concept
hey,
of go on.
Jenson, there was once, I think it was 1980, there's a bunch of them escaped, and you know how they escaped?
Go on.
Like, one of the things they do when you were going through the baboon enclosure is they would mustn't stop the cars, so you had to stop the cars had to stop until one of the park people came and cleared them away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a troop of them had stopped this van, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somehow some of them had managed to jimmy the back open and hide inside it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny
Yeah, we
thing is,
don't.
the
You
people on board, the driver and the husband and wife, thought that the noise coming from the back was their kids. It wasn't. It was the baboons in the fucking storage area.
not really that much was wrong. In all fairness, you say that that was like back in the 70s, yeah?
What was in the 70s?
I think it
The
should have been.
baboons. I was going to say you probably don't get that much nowadays because let's be honest, it's migrants, Jimmy, in the back of your van open, climbing in the back. You probably eat the baboon nowadays.
Yeah, I don't think so. A single baboon, even for being very small size, would severely damage a human being,
I
even a
know,
human
but
with a knife.
dude, I totally understand. But I'm going to remind you of a stream that this guy we know called MC did, where people were using an orangutan as a sexual object. An orangutan could pull a human's skin clean off and not even break a sweat, and you know
I remember that stream.
it.
And I was one of the ones laughing and commenting on all the fatalities.
I know it should have happened. It'd been funny as hell.
How big are
Uh,
baboons anyway?
what is a GUP shirt?
I have no idea.
Blind Falcon, what is a GUP shirt?
I know what a GOP is. I don't know GUP.
Gorillas under pressure?
Baboons get pretty large if they're weigh 82 pounds.
Yeah,
A
oh,
pack
I know they're
of
not small.
a pack of baboons are pretty from 33 to 82 pounds.
Why do you think in certain parts of Africa the villages are surrounded by rather substantial walls?
Yeah, yeah. He's not wrong there.
I mean, baboons can climb, can't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but not. Yeah, but not if people are watching the walls.
they literally fortify their village against the wild. And it's not actually a joke.
Well, no,
Mm-hmm.
obviously that's when you're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
those kind of creatures. Of course, if the baboons ever made a deal with the elephants, you're kind of screwed.
This is also true. By the way, Jim, you are so right with that statement. Turn right, Clyde.
The thing is,
I'm totally comfortable with this.
you go to India and it's the monkeys that are the problem. They were apparently they're the Indian version of pigeons for cities, but they're far worse because they
Wow.
don't. They steal stuff.
Yep.
They attack people.
Yep.
Then
Doesn't
shoot.
surprise.
They attack. Well, I just did a story. There was a story not too long ago about them wiping out the city's population of dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the monkeys or the
Yeah.
Indians.
No,
The monkeys did. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
And the Indians were following them around, picking them up for the zoo.
Well, and once again, what did the city do? We're calling the government to fix this problem. Go out there with a baseball bat and fix it yourself.
Yep. Batman, you got an answer to GUP. It's Girls und Panzer. It's one of the anime things.
Oh,
well,
okay.
fair enough
What
then.
the hell is that?
I don't follow anime, but yeah, I respect to you, Falcon.
Sounds like some freaking
It sounds like a German.
underground freaking Nazi thing from 1940s.
Yeah,
No,
it sounds like Nazi porn.
That's
it's
exactly what
actually
sounds
it
like.
pretty much is Nazi porn, but basically it's girls riding around in tanks wrecking shit. That's the best way I can put it. Really is.
So the only difference between them and normal girls is they're riding around in tanks.
Sure, whatever.
Batman's not too far from wrong with that one, though.
If you listen closely, Batman's not too far from wrong with anything he says.
No, that's an incorrect statement as well, but that's okay.
Oh, that's a very, very correct statement.
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
that was the final story. Unless you have something else, Jensen, you want to bring up, or
No,
Batman,
I
either
think
one of you.
that's pretty much it. Just pointing out, okay, there is a Let's Go Brandon coin. Seriously, people, check it up. It's worth it. It's hilarious. I'm not saying you should buy it. I'm just saying, what a thing to get a Let's Go Brandon coin.
If they actually made coins and sent them out to you, that'd be good.
We would. Actually, you know what? That really would, wouldn't it? Anything you want to say, Batman?
Go away. It's over. Piss off. You know, you've all got homes to go to, and Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to everybody, and Happy New Year to people on here. See you all later. Bye bye, everybody.